8 habits that are quietly blocking your promotion. In the fast-paced landscape of the modern corporate world, talent, hard work, and technical proficiency are often considered the baseline requirements for employment. However, many high-performing individuals find themselves stagnating in the same role for years, wondering why the dedication hasn't resulted in a promotion. The truth is that while your daily output might be excellent, there are often subtle, invisible behavioral patterns, or silent blockers, that signal to leadership that you are not yet ready for the next level of responsibility. These habits are rarely addressed in performance reviews, yet they carry significant weight when executives decide who is ready for a seat at the table. If you feel like your career has hit an invisible ceiling, it is time to conduct an honest self-audit of your daily professional conduct. 1. You are a doer rather than a problem solver. Many employees take immense pride in being highly execution-oriented. You receive a task, you complete it with precision, and you submit it on time. While reliability is an essential trait, becoming a doer can inadvertently box you into a tactical role. If you wait for instructions and merely execute the vision of others, you demonstrate an ability to follow but not necessarily an ability to lead. Promotion-ready candidates distinguish themselves by shifting their perspective. They do not just ask, "What do I need to do today?" but rather, "What problems can I solve to increase the efficiency or profitability of this team?" To move upward, you must transition from being a pair of hands to being a strategic thinker who actively identifies and resolves systemic issues before they escalate. 2. You avoid high-visibility opportunities. There is a persistent, damaging myth that if you keep your head down and perform your work perfectly, your efforts will be noticed naturally. In reality, visibility is the currency of career advancement. If you consistently skip optional cross-departmental meetings, avoid volunteering for high-profile projects, or rarely speak up during team brainstorming sessions, you remain invisible to the stakeholders who actually make promotion decisions. Being great at your job is only half the battle. The other half is ensuring that the right people recognize the value you contribute. If you hide behind your screen and avoid the spotlight, you are essentially making it difficult for management to visualize you in a leadership role that requires communication, influence, and presence. 3. You lack emotional intelligence. EQ, technical skills and domain expertise might get you hired, but emotional intelligence is what gets you promoted. As you move into higher-level roles, the nature of your work shifts from technical execution to people management and stakeholder alignment. If you struggle to regulate your stress, react defensively to constructive criticism, or fail to pick up on the shifting social dynamics within your team, you become a liability in a leadership position. A leader must be able to manage conflict with grace, empathize with their team members, and navigate office politics effectively. If you cannot manage your own emotions, your superiors will inevitably doubt your capacity to manage others or represent the company in high-stakes environments. 4. You don't understand the big picture. Do you understand how your individual deliverables directly impact the company's bottom line? Many professionals are hyper-focused on their specific silos, never pausing to understand the broader business model or the external market forces affecting their company. If you only care about your daily checklist, you are demonstrating a narrow, task-oriented mindset. To be viewed as leadership material, you must demonstrate business acumen. This means you understand how your department contributes to the company's annual goals and what keeps the organization profitable. When you start asking questions about company strategy and demonstrating that you care about the organization's long-term health, you signal that you are ready to move from a worker bee to a steward of the business. 5. You are afraid to ask for feedback. Many professionals mistakenly view feedback as a critique of their past performance rather than a strategic roadmap for their future success. If you are not actively seeking constructive criticism, you are effectively choosing to stagnate. Furthermore, failing to ask for feedback signals a lack of self-awareness and a closed mindset. True high achievers are obsessed with improvement. They aggressively hunt for feedback from peers, subordinates, and managers alike. If you only wait for your formal annual or biannual review to find out where you stand, you are missing out on months of potential growth. Asking, "What is one thing I could do differently to contribute more to our goals?" shows maturity, humility, and a deep commitment to excellence. 6. You are not managing up. Managing up is frequently misunderstood as being a sycophant or a yes person, but in reality, it is a hallmark of a professional leader. Managing up means understanding the pain points and priorities of your manager and proactively providing the support they need to be successful. If your manager constantly has to chase you for project updates, remind you of impending deadlines, or fix avoidable mistakes in your work, you are increasing their workload rather than decreasing it. A candidate for promotion makes their manager's life easier, not harder. When you anticipate your leader's needs and alleviate their stress before it happens, you evolve from being a subordinate to an indispensable business partner. 7. You have fallen into comfortable complacency. The comfort zone is where ambition goes to die. If you have fully mastered your current role and find yourself coasting through the work week without feeling challenged, you are signaling that you have reached your professional ceiling. To be promoted, you should strive to perform a portion of the job you want to have, rather than just the job you currently have. This means volunteering for projects that fall slightly outside your existing skill set, joining committees that expand your network, and consistently seeking new responsibilities. If you are not actively uncomfortable or being pushed to learn, you are likely not growing fast enough to warrant a promotion. 8. You fail to curate a personal brand. Whether you are intentional about it or not, you have a professional reputation, a personal brand. Is your brand defined by being reliable but quiet, or is it defined by being an innovative leader who drives measurable results? If your professional identity is inconsistent or if you aren't managing the narrative, you are leaving your career trajectory up to chance. You must align your daily actions, communication style, and professional goals with the image you want to project. Those who secure promotions are often those who have clearly defined what they stand for and what unique value they bring to the table. By consistently acting in a way that matches the level you aspire to reach, you make it easier for leadership to envision you in that next role. Final thoughts. Own your career trajectory. Recognizing these silent blockers is the most critical step toward breaking through your career plateau. Remember, a promotion is rarely awarded solely based on what you have done in the past. It is granted based on the potential leadership they see in you for the future. By intentionally shedding these passive habits and replacing them with proactive, strategic behaviors, you are not just asking for a promotion, you are demonstrating that you have already earned it. Start today by choosing one habit from this list to dismantle, and watch how your professional presence begins to shift. Want to see these habits in action? Click the link below to watch our deep dive video, where we break down real-world scenarios and provide actionable scripts for talking to your manager about your career growth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you found this helpful. It helps us bring you more career-transforming content every week. Are you currently actively working on shifting your professional habits to reach your next career milestone, or are you just beginning to evaluate where you might be stuck?